Hi, this is Alan with frontendaudio.com, and we are here with the Speck XSUM mixer. The XSUM is something that's much more than I think what a lot of people perceive to just be a summing mixer. It's in fact a line mixer that can be used to expand the number of inputs to your recording console that might be limited. It's great for keyboard players who need a really high quality signal path to sum all of their keyboards together and have level and pan control. It's just a great box for a number of different uses. Just to cover some of the basic features of it, it is you see 16 knobs here basically, and they're dual concentric with level and pan control. You do have the ability to modify the signal here on each one of these channels. And one of the things as well about it is not just a 16 channel mixer, it's actually a 32 input box. Each one of these basically is a stereo input that you can use basically when you plug in a left and a right signal, then basically it's going to be left and right hard together. But if you plug into just the left, then basically both inputs are gained together. So then you end up with a mono panable signal across. So then you can use it as a traditional mixer with the pan. And of course the pan works with the stereo inputs basically as your left to right balance for anything that might be off. Let's say you have a converter out of alignment or something like that. It's just a quick, easy way to kind of fix that issue. One of the really unique features about the XSUM is that there are two separate mix buses. And there's mix A, which basically is assigned by depressing each one of the channels that you want going into the mix A outputs. And so that basically you'll have the red LEDs come up here. Basically deselected here in the out position is going to be going to the mix B bus. The outputs on the back, there's basically a pair of quarter-inch TRS outputs. And one of the things about this box too is everything is completely balanced all the way through. It's a really unique thing, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, those outputs on the back are going to be controlled level-wise with this master fader here. The breakout box that's here, essentially, it gives you a couple different functions. This is going to give you the mix B output, which is going to be on these channels right here that I selected. And then it also gives you a pre-fader before this master volume output of the mix A. Moving to the last set of features on the front panel here over on the right side is going to be the monitor controller, and then also the mix B selector switch and the headphone output. So there's a headphone amplifier in here, and all these features work together and alongside the BB-03 breakout box. Let me explain. In the out position here on the mix B button, basically that means that the mix A feed is going to be feeding out of the headphone amplifier. So that's how you're going to basically select to monitor with headphones mix A and control your volume for that. Mix B on the outputs here is going to be pre-fader. So on this box, basically with this out, this is now going to be purely a pre-fader output box. With the mix B now selected, mix B is feeding the headphone output, and now this is controlling the output on the mix B on the breakout. So a lot of dual functioning going on here. But all of it seems confusing, but all of it does make sense when you really kind of think about the practical application of use. On the rear of the unit, we'll find these 16 stereo inputs, left and right for each of the channels. Moving to the left, we'll find the main left and right outputs for the unit for mix A, again, which is controlled by the large black knob on the front of the box. Then there's the power supply input here, and it's rather large external power supply, which is really good because you can fit a much bigger power supply external to this box that's also keeping its components. I mean, ideally this would be on the floor or something like that, or on a different shelf at the bottom of the rack, isolated from any other sensitive gear. But basically that keeps any transfer of noise from the transformers, so forth, electrical field interference and so forth, away from other gear. So it really helps out with your noise specs, but also being able to have a large power supply. This now means that you're going to have lots of headroom, and headroom is a really good thing in audio. And then above the power supply connector is the multi-purpose I/O connector. And what this allows us to do is, amongst other functions, is to connect the BB-03 breakout box with the Mix B output and the Mix A pre-fader outputs in here. And this, again, is standard with the XSUM. But it also allows us to connect several XSUMs together. In the published specs, Vince Poulos, who's the designer of all the Speck equipment, basically he says that you can connect 4 of these units for a total of 128 inputs. In speaking with him today regarding this, he said, well, we kind of had to put a spec out just saying what's possible and so forth, and you kind of have to draw the line somewhere. However, in theory, you can connect many more of these units together, and the possibilities are virtually unlimited. So, that being said, this particular box is not going to really help with the linking, because you really have just this. There are special cables that are available that are going to link between units. And then also there are special boxes, just like this, basically a BB-03 with throughput connection. And what we will do, front-end audio, if you're planning on wanting to link multiple units, just let us know and we can get you the correct box for this. We'll just swap this out at no additional charge. And if you haven't planned for that or so forth and need these accessories, just let us know and we can help you get them. So for more information on the Speck XSUM and for all your pro audio needs, check us out online at frontendaudio.com. Thanks.